Hello beautiful people, my name is Emily Snow and today I'm going to show you my Winifred Sanderson makeup tutorial from Hocus Pocus. Here's what I do. I found that works for me personally and it shall be much better than the last time I tried this. If you may or may not remember, I made a video a few weeks ago where I tried to recreate the Hocus Pocus makeup without any knowledge as to what I should be doing. I failed. I have since then learned from that experience. So I will be sharing with you my official tutorial for what I do for my Winifred Sanderson parties. Of course, first, I love this hat. I have my pin curls in and I have to get this current makeup off. So I will be right back.
I'm using a makeup remover towel with some water to wipe down my eyebrows. This is where the fun begins. I take the Elmer's glue, the purple one, and I just go over my eyebrows. It looks like a lot, but I promise you, it all works out in the end. Trust the process. I'm now using this old spoolie I have from a used eyebrow pencil, and I'm brushing up all of the hairs on my eyebrows. After each use, you can rinse off the spoolie and let it dry, and it's like no glue was ever on it. Now I don't have a flat tool, so I use this eyelash applicator and I'm just pressing up on my eyebrows to make sure that everything is laid down flat. Once that dries, I'm taking just this wet makeup remover towel and removing all of the excess glue around my eyes. It looks like I'm rubbing harshly. Please do not irritate your skin. I'm being much more gentle than you think I am. From experience, this is one of the most important steps to make sure that there's no residue outside of the eyebrows. Time for round two. I'm taking the Elmer's glue once again and just making sure that I'm pressing up with the glue and going back over my eyebrows. Accidentally put too much glue on my eyebrow, so this is me trying to clean it up with the cap. My eyebrows are already brushed up. I'm just using that eyelash applicator again to make sure that I'm going in an upwards motion so that all the hairs are flat on my face. And of course, repeat on the other side.
This is gonna be a good no eyebrow day. I feel it. I feel it.
I will say this whole eyebrow process was a lot of trial and error to figure out what worked for me, and I'm still learning things about brow blocking, but we are getting there. Once that second layer of glue dries, I'm just cleaning up around the edges again. I know some people use an alcohol wipe. To be honest, this is all I had, so it works. A moment for this towel though. This makeup remover towel is a lifesaver. You just add water and she's ready to go. Now I'm going in with a translucent Morphe setting powder and I'm going to put this powder all over my eyebrows. This powder gets into the grooves and crevices of the eyebrow and the glue, and it's going to help the whole process look a lot smoother on your face. I'm just brushing the excess powder off around my eyebrows. Now it's time to color correct. First, I'm using this NYX concealer in the shade Medium Vanilla, and I'm using that as a layer over my eyebrows. These next few steps can be done as many times as it takes to get rid of these eyebrows. So I'm just showing you what worked for me in this process. Personally, I found that setting spray is thinner than setting powder, so I'm going in with the L'Oreal setting spray and doing a layer over my eyebrows. Once that dries, clean up the edges again. Now I'm going into this Take Me Back to Brazil eyeshadow palette, and I'm going in with a bright orange and putting that all over my eyebrows. I'm just patting this eyeshadow into my eyebrows, and I do this because, again, color correction is very real when trying to get rid of your eyebrows and brow blocking. Time for another layer of setting spray. Let that dry completely, and then use the towel to wipe all of the excess around your eyebrows. I'm going in with another pass of the concealer here, and I'm just repeating the process of concealer, setting spray, eyeshadow setting spray until it looks like my eyebrows are gone. Something that I found is messing around with the setting spray and the setting powder. Sometimes you need a little bit more of one or the other depending on your eyebrows and how fine your hair is. This is such a flattering shot of me. Another thing that I've found is be patient. Let it dry. If it doesn't dry, the texture gets really funky, so just be patient with the whole process.
I got makeup on my sister's computer. She'll never know.
She found out. As I mentioned before, brow blocking is still very new to me, but this is just what's been working for Miss Winifred's makeup. But if anyone has any tips, please feel free to drop them in the comments. I know some people use different colored concealers or other liquid things for color correction, but I just use whatever's in my makeup supply. And the orange eyeshadow mixed with a little bit of red sometimes, it actually does the job, so. Wiping away the residue is incredibly important, especially when we go in with makeup on that part of the face. I don't know why I was second guessing myself here. Next is where I should have put on the primer. I did forget that, but put on the primer first everywhere except your eyebrows. I'm going in with the Rare Beauty Liquid Luminizer in the shade Mesmerize, and I'm just going under my eyes. This will help brighten them up and not look so tired. Now I'm going in with my medium vanilla concealer and going over that liquid luminizer underneath my eyes. Oh look, I remembered to put on primer. I'm using NYX The Face Glue Gripping Primer, and again, I should have put this on before my eyes, but pretend that already happened. I love this shade of foundation. It's by a brand called Younique Touch, and it's in the shade Tulle, and it's a stick foundation. I'm just putting that all over my face except for my eyebrows. And of course, blending it all out with my foundation brush. Oh, look what brand it is, NYX. I'm using the Wonder Stick by NYX. It's the dual-ended face shaping stick, and I'm using the contour side. This is the shade Universal Light. I'm just using this to contour my face, so my cheekbones, my forehead, my chin, and my nose. I didn't realize how much I loved the brand NYX until I started making these makeup videos and realized that a lot of my products are NYX products. And then of course, blending out this contour with my foundation brush because it is a cream-based contour. Jump scare. Now I'm going in with my medium vanilla concealer and I'm going under my eyes, my forehead, nose, chin area, and then any blemishes I have that I want to cover up. Using my Morphe translucent setting powder, I'm going to set all of this base in. I don't know how people normally use setting powder, but to be honest, I put it around my face, especially near my hairline where I can sweat, and all over my face pretty much, especially under the eyes to make sure that there's no creases. I just like to make sure everything's locked in. So again, I pretty much just put this all over my face as a performer. Using a big fluffy brush to brush away all of the excess powder. I'm using Beauty Concepts Super Glow as a bronzer and basically going over everywhere that I put contour. For my nose, I'm going to use this powder to basically line where my brow bone is to give it that extra depth and emphasis since we don't have any eyebrows. This also gives us a good guideline to use for later. For the blush, since I don't have a blush in the shade that I like, I'm going into my eyeshadow palette and I'm going to show you the shades that I use, and I circled the ones that I didn't show you in the video, but I basically use a combination of all three of these things and go with a blush brush to make these little circles on my cheeks, and then I'll go in with a loose eyeshadow brush around the edges to make it a little less perfect. You want a coral shade. I've had this highlighter for so long, but it's called You Glow Girl Baked Highlighter in the shade White Goddess by J-Cat Beauty. And I'm just going in on my cheekbones, nose, and right above my lip. With this light pink shade, I'm just going in all over my eyelid as a base. With this Aurora eyeshadow palette by Taste Beauty, I'm going in with a Beauty and Grace shade. It's like a light sparkly purple, and I'm going all over my eyelid as my real base color. I'm bringing this color a little bit under my eye as well. Going in with a shade called Thorn. It's a bit of a deeper purple that's still sparkly, and I'm putting this in the inner corner of my eye and the outer corner of my eye. I'm also bringing this shade under my eye a little bit. Now I'm going in with an eyebrow brush with this burgundy or mauve color, and I'm basically going to trace my brow bone and make a loop all the way under my eye. I'm basically using this as a liner for the bottom part of my eye as well. Using a looser eyeshadow brush, I'm just blending all of this in. I'm just going from the color and pulling it down onto my lid all around, so I'm not pushing out. I'm going over the same line I created, just with a black eyeshadow. This is to really emphasize the eyes, and I think it's what really pulls the look together. You can also blend more towards the nose as well, so you don't get such a harsh line. You'll see that later in the video. Going back in with that same burgundy / mauve color, I'm doing the same thing, just one more time, a little bit thicker. And you'll see that same thing of me blending all of this down in towards that little pocket that we've created, making sure that the colors stay in and not going outside the lines. Now I'm just going in with a bit of a more pigmented purple and going on that outer side again, a little bit on the inside, just making sure that that purple is still popping. Just layering over the purple shades that I used previously to make sure that that sparkle is still there. I'm taking some white eyeshadow and I'm going over where my eyebrows would be and basically just going around my loop that I've made to emphasize what's inside the circles of my eyes. Time for our black e.l.f. eyeliner. I'm using the e.l.f. No Budge Retractable Eyeliner. For the bottom, I'm using this on my waterline, and then I'm going to go over top along my whole eyelid. Now it's time to curl my eyelashes with my eyelash curler and glue on some fake lashes. Personally, I put my lashes on top, right on the line where my lash starts. While we're waiting for that to dry, we are going to move on to the lips. I'm taking my concealer once again in the shade Medium Vanilla and putting that concealer all over my lips. Winifred has some heart lips, so I'm going in with the Sephora brand Rouge Gel Lip Liner in the shade It's Cherry and drawing an outline of a heart on my lips. I love this Urban Decay liquid lipstick in the shade Unbreakable, but I'm running low, so I'm using this as a start for the base of the inside of my lips, and then I'll go in later with a different shade. For lips dry, I'm using Benefit's Bad Girl Bang Waterproof Black Mascara and putting this on the top and bottom lashes. Patting down the lips ever so slightly just to make sure that they're dry, and going in with Color Street's matte lipstick in the shade Starlet. The lips last a long time, but if I ever need to reapply, I'll just do a quick reapplication with this Color Street lipstick. I couldn't even tell you what's happening. I think I heard a good song and I was dancing while getting ready in the morning, but she locked back in pretty quickly. And finally, locking that all in with the L'Oreal Paris Infallible 3-second setting mist spray. When I tell you guys that this is the best setting spray, I'm a performer, I sweat a lot, I wear makeup for a long period of time. This stuff is the best, and I have not found anything that even comes close to it. That is our final look for Winifred Sanderson's makeup from Hocus Pocus. I popped on the wig and the costume, the teeth of course, and here's the final look. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you very soon. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more content.